heard me the first time, so I gotta say it again for him.
I'ma just do my thing, do my thing, do my thing. I'ma just live my life, live my life, live my life. I'ma do what I want, yeah that's right, yeah that's right. I'ma just do my thing, do my thing, do my thing. Conga, bring out the bass, bring out the L. I got the chase, I got the gold. All of my necklace and a smile, you can't erase. It's the winner circle over here. We like to wild out and get weird. We like to put our hands in the sky, yeah, and show the world that we here. The way we living is so rare. But ask, do I care? Do I care? I'ma just do my thing, do my thing, do my thing, do my thing.
Ladies, the weather is cooperating.
Yes.
Okay.
We
The
have our
sun-
legs out.
The sun is
Showing
making the
skin.
melanin pop.
I know, right? I agree
Melanin
to that.
popping.
Yeah. Oh my God. Let's have a
Yeah, a toast to melanin
to
popping.
summer.
Yes, the sun.
Summer.
Yes,
To summer.
definitely.
Finally summer. And summer love, too.
Oh, summer
Ooh,
love.
summer love.
See, you can tell she's in the romance vibe. She's
I
getting
know,
married.
right?
She's
I
getting
know.
married.
She's all
Well,
happy.
I know.
Let's see if the question we choose today will be about romance.
Ah,
Hopefully.
hopefully.
We'll see. What
Sharon,
should
you
be,
wanna
pick?
what
Oh, you
should be
wanna
like
pick?
doom and gloom?
Okay. Pick
Go
it.
for it.
Pick
Okay.
it, pick
Let me
it, pick
see.
it. Let's
I'm just
talk
gonna,
about
like-
romance.
Okay, romance.
Romance. Oh.
Is monogamy still realistic?
Okay,
I'm not sure that's the most romantic
that
question.
Is monogamy is romantic.
For some people.
Absolutely.
It's very romantic to be like, oh, I'm be with you forever. I love you forever. I'll never be with anyone else.
But is it still realistic?
I was about to say, I don't
Is
think
the
it's
question.
realistical. I don't think it's realistically possible.
Realistical.
No, I just don't think that it's possible for someone to spend, let's say, 70 years with the same person and never experience anything else sexually with anyone else. I just don't see how that's possible. And it doesn't mean that they don't love them. It doesn't mean that they're not, totally engulfed by that person's presence. But 70 years? Yeah. Doing the same thing?
Yeah.
With the same
I
person?
mean,
with
does
the
it
whole
get
thing?
dry?
I know.
What
I'm
happens?
like,
What happens then? I always wonder.
I
Like, is the
don't know.
pussy dry?
Oh my
I always
God.
wonder.
But
like old
wait,
people
but
say.
Luckily, we're
Like,
not
what's
there.
going
Cheers
on?
to
Yeah,
that.
cheers to
Cheers to
that.
that.
I
We're
know.
not into the dry
But-
thing, okay?
No, but it
Nothing
happens.
dry-
It is
nothing
really.
dry
It
on
does
that.
happen. It happens.
yeah, absolutely. Women at a certain
But is it
age,
because we're programmed? Is it our programming, or is it what we really want?
For what?
Are we?
Monogamy?
Yeah, are we programmed for monogamy? Like society.
I don't think
Society
so.
makes us.
I think we're programmed to it. I think we're
Yeah.
conditioned to it because if you look at other societies, it's not necessarily the go-to thing, right?
No.
C'est pas d'emblée, they're not we are conditioned to that. This is what society tells us is normal.
But I
where
think
it's
they
not.
But
And
I think
romantic.
And romantic, yeah.
But those other societies you're talking about, it's especially men that will go for like 5 to 6 to 7 women. But women, like the opposite, to see a woman with 6 or 7 husbands, I've
It's
never
more-
seen that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
certain cultures, but
So-
rarely. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like I think maybe women, because we're more emotionally involved, I think we tend to be more monogamous to say
Yeah.
than men.
But I feel like evolutionary speaking, there is a purpose because there is safety in knowing that you have that one person that's going to protect you and your family and
kids.
so on.
Yeah.
You know, there's some safety in that commitment.
Yeah, I agree
So
with that.
I feel
yeah.
like that does kind of make sense.
I feel
And there are some
yeah.
animals in the animal kingdom that are also monogamous.
Okay.
It's not just humans.
Yeah,
Okay,
penguins are.
Yeah.
Penguins are. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like you
They
said, I feel like
are.
I feel,
I'm like, how
yeah.
can we meet? Yeah, exactly.
Are they? I feel
Yeah.
like it's more of like a business contract, more of like a partnership, and that's. I think marriage is more about financial stability
Mhm.
and
But that's
Convenience.
different. That's
convenience.
marriage. But
I think
monogamy is
people are
different.
naturally lazy. They don't want to change their. People don't want to break up and have to go through.
The
Like I
Genji
mean,
no
like
process
imagine
and-
you break up when you're 55 and then you're
You ain't
single. You got it's kind of depressing. Like you're
Yeah.
gonna stay in your relationship or like be single and
Yeah.
But
Right.
more and more people are doing it now. that wasn't something that really happened back in the days, but now more and more people are doing
But
it.
if you're
we're woke.
unhappy, you're unhappy at 50, you're unhappy at
You
35. I mean, you have just to like figure it out. I mean, I'd rather be single than to be with somebody that I don't.
But that means you're
love,
comfortable
right?
with yourself, because a lot of people are not comfortable with themselves alone, and they're codependent. They need someone to make them feel complete. They need someone to feel happy. So that means if you're able to be single alone,
Yes.
then that means, and happy, that
Yes.
means you're completely comfortable avec ta personne. Mais il y a des
Yeah.
gens that
I
are
do
codependent
feel like most people
emotionally.
are not there.
No,
Yeah.
a lot of people are not there.
Really?
Yeah.
I
C'est
feel a
plutôt
lot of
rare.
people are in relationships just because, like,
They're used to it.
Yeah.
And they need a person
yeah.
for status. They need a person to feel secure. They need a person to feel happy. They're not happy alone. They cannot live with themselves alone.
Right.
That's when you
I know
know.
people like that.
Yeah, me too. I'm not that. I've been single for far too long.
she's like, I'm not that. I'm single.
I'm
Go
like,
on,
man,
hi."
it's time for me to get a man. Okay? I'm like, come on, like.
But would you feel comfortable of like, having like an open relationship? Like, you.
I would. I would be secure enough and comfortable enough, but I wouldn't necessarily want to discuss it. I wouldn't want to know, like, because usually in an open relationship, you'd be like, yeah, okay, I chilled with this person, or I had sex, and they'll tell you,
They'll
oh
talk
yeah, we
about
did
it.
this. I don't want to know what you did, with how
Okay.
you did it.
I see.
And I don't want to share with you my stuff, but it's just like I would be okay with you do your thing, I'll do my thing, and then we do our thing.
Yeah.
Keep it
Oh,
clean.
really?
Keep it clean.
Don't
tried
like
that.
have the people talking about you.
No, exactly. Yeah, I would be completely
but
comfortable with that.
that's when things get weird. Is like when people find out you have an open relationship.
Yeah.
All people will talk about you.
Yeah, exactly, because they don't understand it, but that's because they're not secure. In order to have an open relationship, you have to be completely
You
secure
have
with
to be
yourself.
very
You have to trust the other person 100%. You know,
But you
trust.
see, even that, I wonder if it's like for real, because I tried at some point, like I was single, then I met a guy, but like neither one of us were ready to like necessarily be serious.
Yeah.
And I was okay with it, and it was a really great friendship, like nice guy and everything. And then one day I got super duper drunk.
She's like, in one day.
And then
Super
one day,
duper.
super duper drunk, one of the few times in my life. And I have to say, it's like probably like the most embarrassing moment of my life. Okay. And everything that I said that I wouldn't do, like, I'm like, oh, I'm not that girl. I don't check cell phones. I don't need this. I don't need that. I did literally everything. Everything that I said I would never do.
Yeah.
Including say, like, why can't we be more serious? Why can't we commit and all these things? So the next day I was just like,
What did I do?
You scared him away. He was gone.
no, he's like, I told you this at least five times last night. You're going to regret this tomorrow.
Aw, so he was nice about
No,
it.
he was nice about it
That's
because we
good.
were friends. We were still like friends,
Okay.
But yeah, I wanted to die. I'm like, honestly, you're my friend, and even though I care for you, if I could erase your memory or make you disappear, I would.
Yeah,
For real
yeah.
would.
But then the program is so strong. Even though we would want like an ideal world where it's like, oh, I can be with you, I can be with someone else. We're so programmed to want that like kind of ideal
Well,
life.
that's when
where
I
it's-
realized
we're
how
conditioned
programmed
to
it
it.
Yeah,
is.
it overrides us. Like we're constantly battling that. I
But is
feel.
it realistic? That's my question.
Well, it's happened. I don't.
I mean, people
I
are
think
doing it.
I think it's realistic. But I think it's rare. I think it's rare.
Yeah, you know what?
I think it's rare.
It's realistic but rare. That is deep because
Yeah.
it is realistic because it's happening.
It's happened.
But it's rare because a lot of people cheat. Everyone cheats.
It's difficult.
Yeah,
it's
very tough.
it's
very tough. At
'Cause
some point
marriage-
in a relationship, everybody just happens.
Right. Because it is like being monogamous is an effort. It's a conscious effort to respect that bond you have with that person, right? So you have to keep making that decision every time. Every time someone slides in
that's
your
hard.
DM.
And that's why because you never know who's gonna come around the corner. Some guy could walk into your life tomorrow, and you could be like stupefied, and you'll be like,
Well,
Did you say stupefied?
Oh my God, my world.
I mean, that is hard because of that, but it's also hard because let's face it, you could really, really love someone and you still don't like them every day. Like there are days where you're just like, man, you get on my nerves.
yeah,
Like
yeah, for sure.
it's hard to make someone happy forever if they're not making, like I said, if like I said, a relationship isn't gonna make yourself whole. Like if you're not doing the work, then your relationship's going to be shit, you know?
Yeah, exactly. There's gonna be
And you're going to be unhappy, and you either try to find someone else or you just stay unhappy.
Yeah, which
For me, that's getting married. Like it gives me a lot of anxiety.
Really?
Yes, and especially no, but like to
Aw.
like I mean, I'm trying to be really honest here. It's like my fiance, he has a big time libido. Okay, like he's that kind of man. Like if he doesn't get it, no. If he doesn't get
It's
it,
like similar though.
it's like
Libido, big libido.
Libido.
That's what we're talking about.
no, it's not that. I wasn't talking about that. I was talking that like his appetite for sex is like, I think it's above the average. Okay.
Okay.
So
I
for
see.
me, it's well, for me, I'm thinking about starting a family, and the pregnancy and this and that.
I see.
know,
I see what
like-
you're saying. You're afraid that you're not gonna. be
Yeah,
able
it's
to.
gonna bother me.
yeah, because
Yeah.
then you're like, he still has the same appetite, but you're
And you're gonna
overly
be
busy
pregnant
with
I'm
with the
overly
baby.
busy, right?
your career.
Your body's
Yeah.
tired.
And you're not gonna want it the same. It's just
At
not
all,
going
I swear.
to.
But to
You're gonna be like, ugh.
To be fair,
I was like, oh no,
he might change as well. It's
I don't
possible
think
that he might
so.
change as well because
Oh.
men,
I
their
don't
hormones
think
change
so.
too. With when the
Stop it!
You should tell him how you feel, girl.
when they, I mean, you should definitely have that conversation.
I think
Yeah.
we had it.
Yeah,
We had
But
it.
And
We
he,
had
and
that
he assures you
conversation.
everything's good.
Yeah, he tells me like chill, whatever. But I'm like, man, I don't like. There's some part of me that I
You're a
don't
little
know.
insecure. Why? Has a
No,
guy
it's
ever?
not insecure. It's like I don't trust him 100%.
Well, why though?
Because
well,
he's
she
a
just said
man.
it. She said
Just
it.
because
The
he's a
fact
man
that he
hasn't
has-
happened in the
because-
past.
No, the fact that he has a high sex drive.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she knows that when she has kids,
Yeah.
it won't. She won't be able to,
to
Yeah,
sustain.
Yeah,
that.
sustain.
But that doesn't mean you can't trust him.
Well, a man is a man.
A
when
man
he
is a
has
man.
his needs,
Yeah.
He has his needs.
I don't
That's-
know.
I agree with that. Men when they
I
When
don't-
he
yeah.
has his needs, he
I don't
has his
know.
needs.
they think with
Yeah, but
another
like
body
no,
has
no.
it.
Yeah.
You know,
Sapik, ouais, c'est ça.
you know what?
He needs
No,
something.
but we we can't just like say that and let them like. I feel like we have to allow them to like exercise some like self-control, like, and be a real man.
It's easy to say that.
And that's what trust is to be like, hey, and you tell him like, I trust you to,
No, I think
respect
she-
our
I
vows.
think she trusts him. It's just
Yeah.
that it's something in the back
In
of
the
her
back
mind.
of her mind, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
she knows that statistically speaking, after you have a kid, your
But
libido's
that's funny. That's
not
funny.
gonna
because
be up
I
there.
never thought about that. Like I never ever thought that.
No.
I mean,
I've heard-
I knew my ex
I
was
was
like
so
kind
tired,
of
I
like a
didn't give a shit.
whore. He was kind of like a man whore, but I thought like, but I just feel like maybe I forgot about it. I don't know.
I think
like,
well, we're so
I
busy
never
after
thought
we
about
give birth.
it.
Like we're not even worried. You're gonna
yeah,
see
when you're
you
having
give
a
birth,
baby,
you
you're
don't
not
give a
going to be
shit.
thinking about that
Yeah.
at all.
Okay, you weren't thinking about it, but he ended up cheating.
Exactly.
You know, like,
exactly.
and
Because
I've
when-
known
yeah.
other people, like
Yeah.
I've known of other women where
Yeah.
during that time period after the kid is when the
Is
husband,
when the guy
cheated.
cheats.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Wow.
Yeah.
sapik,
Sapik.
Yeah.
sapik.
And
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
so I mean, I
Yeah.
think it's a legit concern to
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
And I think it's worth having that conversation. But I will also say that for men too, sometimes, especially men that are hands-on, there's actually studies on that where they monitor the man's hormones. And so men that are actually hands-on with raising their kid
Their
has more,
libido.
they have more
Yeah.
estrogen and more like, and it affects them too. So they're thinking less
Yeah.
about sex,
Sex.
as well.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I think that
testosterone as
you
well.
being
Yeah.
conscious of it, like, it's going to help you. Because for me, I wasn't conscious of it, so I probably did neglect him and ignore him, not knowingly. But if I knew, if I could anticipate that and be conscious of that, and if he actually like
Told you
communicates
about
and,
it.
hey, I feel like you're neglecting me, like speak up, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
that's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Like you have the conversation,
Yeah.
and of course you're gonna marry him anyways.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, of
I
course.
think like
Not
if you're
even
going
that.
into it with like this state of mind, it's so much better. Like for me, I had no clue, and he was probably neglected. You know, like I don't know, like I don't even,
Do-
I was all because you're like in baby land. You're like, oh,
yeah,
the
it's
baby.
crazy. Yeah, what do we do?
You're
First
like-
time mom.
yeah.
You're like, oh my god.
Yeah. It's pretty scary.
Yeah,
the
and
first
I was
time.
breastfeeding my son, sleeping in my bed, and I actually kicked my ex-husband out the bed because it was like there's
Too
no
much.
space, like
Yeah.
so we weren't even sleeping in the same bed, like but I wasn't
So
even
imagine all
aware.
that.
It was
and
hard.
when he cheats And it's like, okay.
That's why for me, I wasn't that like tripping on the fact that he cheated.
No,
I was like,
okay.
I was tripping on the fact that he didn't tell
Tell
me.
me,
I was
yeah.
like, damn, you know?
Yeah, I understand that part too.
So was it because of that you were neglecting him because
I mean,
after birth?
he didn't say that, but sure, that's probably what it was. Or he's just like a man whore. I don't know.
But even
It could
if,
be
no, but you
either
know what?
way.
Even if, let's say, for example, a woman is neglecting a man, right, for a certain period of time, at the end of the day, you have your left hand, you have your right hand. You can handle yourself, bro. You don't need to necessarily
Yeah,
dip
that's what
out.
I'm saying. Like,
You know what I
it's
mean?
like
No, but
being
seriously.
Especially if you
But they
know,
got
like
tired of that
self-control,
though.
like
I know,
what?
but it's self-control, and like if you cannot not cheat, at the end of the day, bro,
There's-
like
there's a
you're
bigger
hella
problem.
weak. You're hella weak.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
You're
why are
hella
you in a
weak.
relationship
Yeah.
if you like
Yeah.
so weak, you know?
Well,
And
a man would tell you
Yeah.
you're not a man. You cannot understand.
I know, but I mean,
You know,
Yeah,
like
but
I
it's
don't
not, on
have.
n'a pas les mêmes pulsions.
but that's
No.
not true because
but
then
I
what
mean,
about all
like,
the men who don't cheat?
who don't? There's plenty of
Yeah,
guys who
yeah,
would
I
never,
know,
ever,
I
ever do
know.
that.
They can do it.
But maybe they don't have that same appetite too. You
Well,
understand? Like me, I'm talking about a guy like a man whore,
Okay.
like your ex-husband.
Yeah, a
That
nymphomaniac.
had like you
Oh,
know.
a sex. You think he has a sex addiction?
No,
Okay.
he doesn't have a sex
He's
addiction.
a nymphomaniac. A nympho.
She's like, let me.
No, girl.
Let us
He
bow our
doesn't-
heads.
His appetite is like, oh my
Does he watch
god.
porn?
I hope he doesn't.
Porn stuff?
Yeah, for sure. Like all
Is
of
it,
us.
is it too much? I mean, I don't
No,
watch
not
porn.
not too much.
You don't
Okay,
watch porn?
that's mm-mm.
What?
Why?
No,
you
I-
don't like it?
Not really.
Cheryl watches videos of herself. That's why.
I mean, Cindy's like pretty. She's good.
She's
She
like-
knows me.
Yeah, she's
If I
like,
were to watch porn, it'd be like my porn. I just don't. I just find it boring. I find it boring. I find it made for men. Like some porn, I like.
A
You
lot
know-
of it is
wait,
made for men.
You know what I like?
Women.
It's made for
porn
yeah.
for women.
I haven't really explored that much, but you know, like I did it with my husband a little bit, and I just
You didn't get into
I just
it.
didn't like how it. I'm more into like wanting to have like sacred sex, spiritual sex,
Oh,
like really
yeah.
connect with the
Tantric.
guy, tantric sex, you know. So I'm not in the path where we're like, oh, I want to watch porn and like
Okay,
let's
yeah.
like, watch porn
You
and like
wanted to have a
I don't like
purpose.
that feeling that you get when you're like watching porn,
Yeah.
where it's like all about like just like
Fast.
lust
fast,
and
and-
like
yeah,
oh
yeah,
like
yeah.
the girl like
Yeah,
her, I want to see
consommation,
her, I want to see her
quick, yeah.
ass like
Yeah, yeah,
bounce
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
okay
yeah,
you
yeah.
know you know cum shots like you know
I know, yeah, me too.
I-
The certain things I'm like, whoa. I accidentally fell. I'm like, let me just X out
You're
now.
like,
This shit is
I
too
don't
weird
like this
for me.
pop up.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm like, whoa, this is a little too weird. Like, I mean, you know what I mean?
I mean, I think monogamy is possible, especially if you've already experienced a lot in your youth or when you
True.
were single.
I agree
True.
with
You
that.
got it out of
100%.
your system.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree with that 100%.
True.
I don't know. I don't
Really?
know though, because I feel like I was like I experienced a lot when I was younger. Then I got married, and I feel now like it's like I don't like it
Yeah.
doesn't like go away the fact that you want
More?
yeah because like you grow up and you're like a different person
And you get to know your body more. Then you
yeah
really know what
especially
you
as
want.
a woman like
Yeah.
I'm like oh like
Now I know what I like. Yeah.
now it's like on a whole nother like when I was younger I had no clue what I
Me
was
too.
doing.
Yeah, same here. It was
Yeah.
so totally whack.
But now with totally whack.
No, but
Yeah,
I'm
it
being
was.
honest. Like,
It
was
was.
100% faking.
Well,
Anybody
they-
that
they
I've
do
dealt
say-
with,
I mean,
prior,
they do say that
shit's
for
fake.
women, like we enjoy sex more or better as you get older.
Yes.
Because you
Yeah.
get to know your body more.
Yes.
But that's my point. Like now that you've experienced these things and we're like older women and everything, don't you find it that it's easier to be monogamous because you already know what's out there?
Yeah, I feel like I would enter a relationship, you know, fully knowing
me too.
what I want, who I want, communicating to them exactly what I
Right.
want, who I am,
Yeah.
and understanding all of that. I feel like when we get into relationships where we're not sure about those things, like cheating, all that kind of stuff happens, and because we're not communicating. Like to me, like I said, you go into it communicating,
Of course.
and you know,
Of
and
course.
not like once you have a baby, making sure that you know you're not losing sight of the fact that you have a husband. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that he
Yeah.
has
because
needs
it happens.
and,
It happens naturally because you're just
Right.
like
you're overwhelmed.
you're
with-
overwhelmed, and then
You
you're
don't
Yeah.
sleep.
yeah.
Baby fever.
You don't sleep. Yeah.
It's a lot.
No, breastfeeding,
Yeah.
don't
so,
sleep. It's
so then it should be easier. As you get older, when you're entering a new relationship, monogamy should be more attainable. No?
If
I
it's-
don't
I feel
know.
like if it's what you want, it's definitely possible.
Well, do you
if
think
want.
social media doesn't like they don't help about like monogamy?
No, it makes it more difficult. I do think it
I
makes
guess
it
for
more
guys.
difficult.
Right?
'Cause
Really?
There's more
I don't know.
options.
Yeah,
It's more
Yo,
accessible.
like I know guys that are married and they're like,
Okay, you know what? You're right. I find the guys who
It's
are
more
the
accessible.
guys
It's
who are
more
the creepiest guys
In our
are
DMs are married.
and have girlfriends.
And have girlfriends.
That's so,
It's so
true. And it's so
true.
devastating.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
I
honest
agree
with
a
with
you.
that,
lot
yeah.
of married
honest with
men
you.
are like,
It
and
pisses me off. I'm like, yo, don't you have a freaking girlfriend? Like, what the hell do you want?
It's just so easy with
And they
It's
act
so
like,
easy
oh,
with
I'm just
social
like saying
media.
hi to you. I'm like, no.
No, you're
Yeah.
like, no, your high was a little too nice. Get away from
No.
me.
So,
Yeah.
no.
imagine, you know what I mean? I think social media gets it like more difficult to be more.
Right.
But
uh,
I think social media makes it easier to cheat,
yes,
but I don't think that it makes it harder to be faithful.
What
Il y a
do
une
you mean?
nuance.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, it's
Mm.
easier to cheat. There's so many options. You slide in someone's DM if they're down. Cool. But it doesn't make it harder to be faithful. It's not because you have 1,000 options in front of you that you got to jump in each pool.
Yeah.
I think
Right.
it's for
Yeah.
women, it's the case, but I don't think it's the case for
Really?
men.
I think that a man,
I think if a
although-
man wants to cheat, he can.
Hey,
It's
yeah, but
easy.
a man could go to, you know, a man could cheat at any point. You know,
I
a woman
know.
too. I feel that there's so many options out there. Social media doesn't really make it harder, but I think that, I mean, I hope that a man is able to not jump in
control.
every pool that says, "Hey, I'm open for swimming." You know, like.
Well,
I
don't
think
know.
it depends
They
of
need to have
his
self-control.
status, and I think it depends also
Status
about
makes a difference, yeah.
opportunities.
Yeah.
Hey, you might
Because
drop
if-
là.
Community day.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
That's CD.
I'm
give him a
telling
tea.
you,
But you
if
know
he
what?
has,
I think for women too, status has a big impact on that. Because I've known the women that I've known that were the biggest cheaters were always women in position of power.
oh really?
That's what I was gonna say. Like, we're only talking about men cheating. Like, women. What about women,
Women
cheating?
cheat too.
Yeah.
Yeah, women
No,
cheat
women
too for
too.
sure.
Yeah.
And I think there's a power,
Yeah.
like,
Power trip with it?
trip
Maybe
with
it's a
it.
masculinity, like that masculine energy. Like, oh, I'm a boss. I'm gonna do what I want. Like, you can't tell me what
Right.
to do.
If I
like,
want something,
if I
I'm
want
gonna get
something,
it.
it's mine. Like, it could be
Yeah.
that energy of like, I want you. I'm gonna have you,
Right.
and
That's it. And
Whatever.
nobody gonna tell
So
me
I
different.
think that's why I don't think or worry so much about like if my man can be faithful or like how attainable monogamy is, because I feel like the kind of man that I would choose
exactly
has that personality.
the same.
where,
It has the same values as you. Like,
yeah,
the values.
exactly.
Yeah.
And
And values
so
are
for him
important.
too,
Yeah.
that would be something that would be like
Yeah.
essential.
Yeah.
Like there's no second chances. Like
For you?
no, there's no second
No?
chances.
Really?
No.
You don't believe that people make mistakes? We've all made mistakes.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
people make mistakes. I
But
don't
no.
gotta take you back.
I'm
What
with
is
Cindy.
that?
I don't like
Really? Not
I don't
a
like
man.
giving guys second
Okay.
chances.
Really?
No,
I give
like they
second.
get
I'll
like
give
one.
second
They
and
get like
third.
one warning. No, I'll give them a
Third?
warning, and that's it.
Really?
I don't
I
give
know.
guys
I
second
believe
chances at
people
all.
change. I believe that in order for
That's
people.
fine, but I'm not gonna be there.
Yeah, no, you're not
Yeah.
gonna be there. No,
No.
me, I'm the contrary. I'm like,
Okay.
I'll work through it. We'll communicate. We'll work on it.
No, I'll let
But-
the I'll let the next
Yeah.
guy worry about
Yeah,
it.
I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Really?
I'm like Cindy.
And people, imagine, hey, on aurait pensé le contraire.
Ouais,
Really?
j'aurais
You know?
pensé le
Yeah, on aurait pensé. Yeah, but I'm like, yeah, no, I'll give second.
Yeah,
third,
but I have a
fourth
perfect
chances.
record. Like I'm not missing any mark in terms
No,
of the guy. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
no. Me, it's not even about missing a mark because I mean, there's a nice little pool of people I could choose from, but it's just but it's just that I don't know. I feel that everyone deserves a second chance. I feel like people can make a mistake. L'erreur est humaine. You know, and I'm like, who am I to judge? You know, if he was going through something, he learned from it, he elevated, he uplifted, and now
Oh,
he's
you're a
good.
better person.
Yeah, good
Than
for you.
Yeah, good for you.
You know what?
I
Choose
mean-
Michelle Obama.
I mean-
Michelle
Cheers.
Obama. Ooh, she
Oh,
goes
yeah.
high.
Yeah, exactly.
It depends.
Exactly.
I don't know. Yeah, I believe
You're a
It
good
dep-
person, man.
No, but
Thank you.
Yeah.
it depends on how you feel about the person. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
If you're like completely like in love, like,
Yeah.
and you're for sure gonna give him another
Mhm,
chance. But if
mhm.
you're like, oh,
No, but if
even
I'm over him, I'm
really
over
in
him.
love, I will take my
No
L.
chance. And
I'll
you-
take my heartbreak and,
and you're-
go
and
about
you're
my
bouncing.
business. Yeah, I'm
Well,
bouncing
you know.
because I'm too. For one thing,
it's easy
Like-
to say that like here, but when you're in the situation and you have like kids with someone
no.
and all these things,
Honestly,
it's kind
I
of like.
I like really mean it.
I
really mean it.
Is
Damn,
all the
Patrick.
way from monogamy.
Yeah.
She's down
Like-
for your faithful person.
Yeah.
And I told you, I mean, we talked about this earlier. Maybe it's my
Yeah.
Taurus in me. Like
Yeah.
loyalty is everything.
Yeah.
I'm intense about loyalty in my friendships, and even
Yeah.
100% more in relationships.
In relationships, yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like I make that so abundantly clear that if you take that risk to have that slip up,
Yeah.
like,
Too bad.
But
Yeah,
what about
too
if he
bad.
tells you? What about if he slips up and he tells you right away? That's not necessarily dishonesty because he's upfront that, hey, I made a mistake.
If it's a slip up, like I was at a like I don't know a party with my friends, whatever, and like I made out with some chick because I'm wasted. It's an accident. Maybe I might kick you out of the house though. But like maybe. But if you had an affair, you consciously made that choice.
Oh, well, that's different. I mean, affair is kind of like multiple times.
But no, but like let's say a one night stand. He went out with his boys.
One night stand.
Let's say he went on a trip. And he had a one night stand, and he came back, and he's like,
already, I don't even want to hear about trips because usually, if there's a trip and that happened, there was some planning involved. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but for me, it depends on where I am at in a relationship. If we're just dating, I don't give guys second chances. Like, you know,
really?
Once you get past like the gauntlets and stuff, like, and you've proven yourself, like we're like firm, we're solid, and you fuck up, and you're a man, and you tell me to my face. I'm gonna respect you like even more.
Yeah.
And I'm probably gonna like go have some fun probably.
You're like,
maybe make it even.
No, probably not, but I'll probably respect them a lot.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'll give second, third,
Okay,
right
so
away.
we are
right
full
off
of us. We're all like for monogamy, except
No, I'm for monogamy too.
Yeah,
I just don't think that it's necessarily what's happening. I think everybody cheats. So
I don't, girl.
No, I know. Okay, except for your husband and your soon-to-be husband. Okay, everyone else cheats. Okay.
She's like
And I've never cheated on my significant other, not this one nor like previous one. So I feel like I live by that code.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
so that's why I'm able to be like, no, that's where I draw the line.
Yeah, no, I understand you. I'm not saying he's cheating, but I'm just saying everybody cheats. No, I'm just joking.
She's like, girl, isn't that your husband in my DM?
No, never!
Oh, hell no.
No.
Yeah. All I know is y'all better pray for that man if he ever cheats on
I ain't felt this good in a minute.